Howdy, guys. .460 modified. 460 modified. 460 modified. What's up, Snowman? What's up, Coils? Trevor Black. Damon. Sean Smith. Sean Pilecki. I took the kids fishing. It was pretty good. I mean, well, it was nice to be out there. Didn't have to spend much money because I already had a bunch of stuff in the garage ready to go. Randy's editing video, that's good. Flatlander Custom Game Calls, first time live with you. Flatlander's doing some Duck Dynasty stuff, huh? We caught a fish. Yeah, I would show you, but it's on that phone. It was only a little guy. You can see it on Instagram. I mean, there was a few people out there. There was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people besides me and my kids. And I felt good because we were the only ones that caught a fish, so I figured I still got it. First time I got to chat with you from Texas, and I am one of your fans. Thank you. Shield of Faith. Yeah. We need a great big one that needs dropping. You're my hero in a non-creepy way. Predator calls mainly. What does that mean? So you're calling in predators? Like, so you have like a wounded rabbit or something? Snowman, you are so on top of that management stuff. I mentioned Instagram. You guys ever watch Joe Rogan? Well, Joe Rogan has a guy, I think Jamie. And Jamie's just constantly getting her done behind the scenes. It's pretty neat. I never really thought of it as such an important thing until I started engaging with the audience, and then I kind of appointed, without really asking permission, a few moderators just to weed out the crazies or the weirdos. And now I see that there's more to it. So I have an increment of time. This is going to be a 20-minute video. That'll give me a little bit of time to answer some questions. Daniel Navarro, no kidding? Is that true? That'd be great. So in the next 20 minutes, may have happened already, may not have happened. Might happen at the end, beginning, or the middle, or somewhere in between those parts. There will be in the comment that happens, assuming these comments are time-stamped. I don't know that they are. Then I'll give away the t-shirt to whoever was close to that. Jeremiah McBride says that my videos inspired him to to learn and start climbing. It's amazing. I felt like when I started making YouTube videos, I felt like I was at the end of my career. And I was like, man, I've been waiting my whole life for decent ability to, decent technology. Was the picture frozen? Was the audio still going? You know why? Because my idiot phone was telling me that it had 20% battery. Like that should just stop the press. Everything stop. Come on, Apple. I'll plug this thing in if I know how. Oh, other side. Trust this computer? Yeah, it's mine. Am I here? Sound never stopped. Okay, good. Are we on? Are we working? Is it going? That White Knight guy, he's given me some good advice on making some changes that I still haven't incorporated. But if I'm going to do more of this, I need to get a better... I want a studio, a podcast type setup. So what was I talking about? Flatlanders game call says, yeah, like Wounded Rabbit and stuff, I think. Oh yeah, when I started, I thought I was at the end of my career, and I really, my prime, my like ninja prime was around 33. I'm 52 now. And there just wasn't video technology. I always wanted to share it, but I couldn't. I didn't have the technology for it. And so when I made the first video and it went viral, I thought to myself, wow, you like that? Maybe you'd like to see some more. But I always kind of felt like I wish I was younger. Like, you guys are lucky, you younger guys. Technology just makes it so cool. Boy, I missed out on a lot of good video is what I'm saying. Now I'm a little less spry, you know. So kind of bummed that I didn't get to show some of the crazy stuff that I did in stormwork years ago. And just really, really wild, where you're trying to put a tree, the whole tree, right where you want, because it's going to fall if you don't, and you're in a hurry, and you know it's a storm. All kinds of neat stuff we got to do. All right, I'm talking too much here. I'm not reading enough. Do-it-yourself rope cannon is fine. I have an air cannon. You can buy one from Tree Stuff. What is it? Apta or something like that? Oh, yeah, I guess what I was getting at is it's weird that people say, I got you started or I inspired you to do something, because I feel like I just got here, like I was late getting to YouTube. But sure enough, man, that first viral video is 2012. So if you were like 14, 15, 16 and looking up to somebody, and then you got into it and you started turning into a good climber, then yeah, I could see how, well, it's just never too late to start trying to leave a decent legacy. A good starter setup for tree climbing. Just new stuff, or well inspected used stuff. It's not that It's not that complicated. So about the giveaway, the increment of time will go by, and then I'll tell you guys. When we get near the end, I'll tell you who it was, who won the t-shirt. And then we'll do this again. We'll give away a bar or something like that. I'll talk to Joe. I thought about doing a thing where if you're the guy that leaves a comment at the right increment of time, or the girl, and it's a super chat comment, tell me if this is shady. If it's a super chat comment, then it's like the kicker on a lottery ticket and you get a monkey beaver harness. So it wouldn't have to be. Anyway, that sounds pretty shady, doesn't it? Damien is an awesome climber, and he started with me stone cold green as a climber. Somewhere in our videos, not online, but in mine or his videos, iPhone stuff, we have his first climb, his first swing. And he was only like maybe 20 feet up, and I was all just kick away from the spar and swing over to that limb, and he was, holding on and not wanting to do it. And I'm like, dude, trust me, it's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. And he was so sketched out, and then he swung, and we were all like, the proud parents that the kid makes his first steps or something. We're all, oh, you did it, Damien, yeah. And it's pretty neat because he didn't know a thing. And now he's a full-on machine. Like, I don't have to do anything with Damien around. But I do, because I'm made for this. You know what I mean? Safe block or that triangle rig, looking at both. Well, the safe block is better than that thing. It's the way that the triangle block, I think, can pop out of the sleeve. Travis Barney, this guy, the guy that owns this company, he had some trouble with that, I think, that triangle thing. What's up, Eagle Peak Tree, Cracker Jack, Joseph Falco? Oh, our increment of time went by. How will I know exactly? Oh, I'll have to watch the video. Okay, somebody won a t-shirt. I'll bet you there's some moderator type person out there that could figure this out. It could figure out the closest person, but the timestamp was 11:11. The secret timestamp. So whoever's comment was closest to 11:11 is the proud owner, if they want it, of the Tree Life t-shirt. Yeah, thanks, Trey. That wasn't long ago. Those guys could have done that. But more than anything, those kind of decisions are mentoring decisions. They're the kind of decisions where you're wanting them to think that way later. Trey's talking about, I did a video where the tree was a bit sketchy, and I was all, I'll do the tree so that nobody can say that August gives the unsafe stuff to somebody else. Osage John, how you doing? Brad from Indiana. Only going 20 minutes tonight. I stayed up last night. Okay, that's a question I haven't answered yet. Somebody asked me how do I balance time with like family time, work time, and then how do I still have time to have a YouTube channel with pretty involved. Some of the content is like, I mean, there's videos I've done that have hundreds of hours of editing in them. And how have I done it over the years? I've done it by staying up, like not sleeping, just staying up ridiculously late hours, because you can't cut into your family time and you can't really cut into the time you need to make money. And so if you didn't love doing it, there's no way you'd do it. I don't think money would be enough of a motivator. And over the last probably 6 months or so, the money started to actually amount to something from YouTube. So that's pretty cool. I've heard Billy Ray talk about wanting to do tree work for free, have a YouTube channel that was successful enough that you just could do tree work for free. And I said the same thing years ago, where every job was a platform for some sort of class that you would have, where people could fly in. You could have like a 10 person class, and each person would pay so much money for the class, and you would just when you're looking for jobs, you'd be doing them for free, but all you'd be doing is looking for the worst, nastiest, most tricky, hardcore, how the heck are we going to get this done type jobs. And then the clients would be lucky if they had like if you had some widow lady that had some nasty backyard beast, then you should be lucky, because if it was nasty enough, it'd be free. And then the class that you had, or the experience of it, and the YouTube publication of it would be where the profit was, not the little widow lady having to cough up some dinero. I've told you about that idea. You've told me about that idea. It's a great one, Robert. I don't remember telling. Happy Sunday, Todd. In that way, like if the channel was really successful, then yeah, then it would be easier to be like, yeah, super chat me, hook it up, in that way. That's why I like what Buchan's doing. That's why it doesn't rub me wrong the way he does it. It's just that I'm not really there. I'm doing this content because I would be doing it anyway. So I'm not saying don't super chat. I'm just saying it's still awkward for me. I'm just being totally honest. I'm like torn over it. I don't know how else to say it. Did anybody look up, and is there a way to look up and see who was the closest comment? Oh, Joel Cray? Is that true? Is that true, Missy? Wow, that's really cool. Just learned how to say his name proper. Joel Crate, does that mean every time I do a giveaway, I have to send something to the eastern far end of nowhere? I've been climbing for 7 years in Roseburg now. You're very skilled and you have my respect. Thank you. Thanks, Tyler. Seems like I recognize that name, Tyler Moog. I don't know. Sean Daly, hey August, love the vids. Hello from South Jersey. I'm glad you like the chats. I'm starting to mellow out and like just be able to sit here and talk to you and not have to run around and find something special to do, some backflips to entertain or something. If I wanted to introduce someone to your channel, what is the first video you would want them to see? My favorite video. Tell me your favorite video. Anybody on here? Tell me what you think. Maybe there's a consensus. I have a few. And like anybody who creates, whether it's paintings or like my dad making longbows, or somebody who builds custom motorcycles, just name it, whatever. Any creator type like that, they pretty much think every made for this. It's just, yeah. Well, that's got some time in it, because I was probably 6 months writing that poem for that. So that is a good one. The church tree. What's that video? Nothing personal. Yeah, that video is a bit interesting to me. I was in a little bit of a dark spiral with the booze, and I had secret clues in the video to it, and I luckily spiraled back, if that's possible, spiraled back up. But mine, to answer the question about sinning GRCS different than the other ones, yeah, that was good. That was like a 175-foot tree. Big rigging. Oh, that one where I did the reg coats. Tree work with strong rigging or big rigging or something like that. Randy says X. The X video is pretty good. It's got great content. Craig, that's the one for me. Bad Trees 7 is my favorite video. To me, it's the last video I edited with Sony Vegas before I switched over to Mac. And I put a green screen and I pretended that my drone lifted me up in the air. The Fannerman video is way back. Yeah, that's a good one. And some of my favorite videos are where I get to choose the music and I don't care if it's monetized. Because if you use music that belongs to somebody, then you'll never get a dime for the video you make. Billy likes the Lego movie. Yeah, the A-Team 3. Really love the music and the whole pace of that, and we were so dialed on everything. Every single person in that video was just perfectly hitting on the money. Everything we did was just so beautiful on that job. It's like, it's not overhyped. It's not overhyped. Bad Trees 2 was pretty good too, with the whole, I made an app for the A-Team. I invented this app for your phone that you could like instantly summon anybody from the A-Team, and you could like pull them out of whatever they were doing and like beam them into your job. And that was a good one. Rion Rounds was riding a wheelie, and I plucked him from Wisconsin to Grants Pass, and his motorcycle crashed. A-Team 2, super good. Cowboy Up. I'm glad you guys know this stuff. There's so much work I've put into it. So much. I mean, so many nights. That's how I did it. like a vampire. Work all day, work all night. When I was a little kid, my parents would let me stay up late because they said out of all the kids, when it got dark out, I seemed to just get happier and nicer and easier to get along with. I have kids and they're hungry or tired, man. It's like, okay, it's bedtime for you. Well, I was different. So clear to this day, I'm a night person. And I'm a night person who gets my video content, unfortunately, by day. You're welcome, Eli. Favorite of all time is the one where you told the story about the 359. That is GRCS, different than the other ones. So that was Greg Good gave me the GRCS, and I said I'd love it and make it look good in videos, and I have ever since. As a matter of fact, my next video that isn't a live video will be a GRCS video. Thanks, Craig. Have a good one. Thanks, Talon. Ricky Calvert. I thought about reading that poem on one of these live vids and kind of tell you where my mind was when I wrote it. But I'm kind of not wanting to read poetry for some reason. Just not sure why. Got to be in the right mood. What's up with the new vid, Jeff? I worked on it until I couldn't anymore last night because I had told the kids I was going to be taking them fishing. So I knew I'd be junk if I didn't go to sleep. So I finally went to sleep around 2:30 or something. But it's the thing about the new video, the one I'm working on now, is it's long, and you know, Jeff was there. You know how many leads were on that tree? It's like some kind of inverted octopus times 100 legs. So that's a lot of cuts. And when you're trying to show the sequence of a job from start to finish, it kind of feels like you shouldn't leave this cut out. And so I'm being kind of diligent to show everybody every cut, everything we do. It's going to be a long video. And so I kind of hate doing that because it doesn't appeal, it bores me. I would prefer to just give more of a poetic version of the job, like boom, 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 done. You know, Hollywood versus documentary style. But I figure I'll do the first one maybe as a long one, or I'll make the long video, and then I'll make a couple shorter Hollywood videos out of it and release them first, and then release the long video that kind of shows the whole thing in slowed down version, like closer to real time. How do you get your rope in the tree? Yeah, there was some high climbs in that. I got in an argument with a guy in the comment section who was saying that the tree wasn't as tall as I was saying it was, and he's just wrong. You all want a GRCS. Haven't fallen since I started watching your videos. Love all your videos, but really like the one where you show your back 40 and working on the trails. I never got that property though. I bailed on it because it was going to cost so much to develop it. So I've got 10 acres now. Robbie Collins put an adjustable bridge on his Monkey Beaver saddle. What did you do? Which components? We're not shut down totally here. The comments are going faster than I can keep up with. So the GRCS is not something you'll use every day, but it's something that you really want in your kit if you get a tree like I did. So this job we went, the bid that the guy got previous to us told him, no, you need a crane or a bucket truck in here. You can't do this without it. And so I have to cut down all your shrubs to get in there. And the guy was like, what? No. So he called us and we were like, no, we can do it. So the GRCS is like a portable crane. The Hobbs is also a good one, like a portable crane. If you want to spend less money and get a solid tool, you can get the Reg Coats, the Stein, the 3001 or whatever they're called, 2001. Somebody tell me what they're called. I'm blanking on it. That happens to me. You can, as long as you need the ability to lift. When you need the ability to lift, that's what you need the Hobbs or the GRCS or Reg's device for. Reg made one that you could afford, and it's still a solid tool, and you'll see it in my big rigging video. If you type in big rigging and August Hunneke or something like that. That, I don't think I've seen any bigger negative rigging by anyone than what we did that day. I know David Driver has done some massive, like 3,500 pound oak rounds and stuff like that, but I don't know that he's released the video. Yeah, I learned how to do tree work without a crane. We could figure anything out. If you had to, think about it. Dig a hole. Say your tree is really, really sketchy. If you had to, build scaffolding. That would be one way. Plant a pole, like a power pole somehow, as a spar. Use that as a tie-in. There's always a way. There's a way. You don't have to have a crane. But if you can get one, wow, it's beautiful. Done a lot of trees in decks. So, Joel Cray, if you're still on here, email me your address. Panther 20-inch bar, any good? I haven't used it yet, but I'll tell you this. The Panther chain, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not speaking out of line, but the Panther bar and chain cuts faster than the steel bar and chain, so I've used both. And I think it's because my steel chain, you couldn't get that quarter pitch stuff where it wasn't kind of homeowner, like extra rakers type of, you know, those safety chain type of things. And the Panther chain is just faster cutting. That's what I found out about it. And I don't even know if I'm right because I don't. But I think that's why. I'm like, how could this chain be cutting faster? How much different could it be? But I think it's because the chain I was using from steel was that safety chain stuff. All right, Billy, I'll see you. I'm gonna go too. I'm gonna go so that I can get a bit busy on my edit, put the kids to bed, that type of thing. So thanks for listening. I'm sorry that I just talk and don't see everything that's said back to me, but I read it over later, and then just the right question the next time will trigger me to answer or respond to something that somebody says from a previous video. So I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys later.